I just want to bring up, because I know you're willing to talk about it, is high school and the things that you had to go through to adapt. And like, I know we had talked previously about like the swim team and stuff and things that you had to overcome.
Yeah.
But just like having to grow up, and you had that 11 years, you know, just with everything and normal fitting in kid, but then kids are mean, kids are harsh.
Yes,
and then now you have to keep a positive mindset and keep pushing forward while other kids are looking at you in a different way and treating you a different way now. Right. Because something happened to you.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, growing up in a small town, you know, and I think the class of like 03 that I graduated in, I think there was only like maybe 1,500 students or something like that within the whole school. Okay. So like graduation was like what, 300 kids maybe?
Yeah.
So growing up in a small town, you're like, I was the only amputee in my high school. Yeah. So, you know, nobody else was an amputee besides me, so I didn't really know how to feel. You know,
navigating it alone kind
of. Yeah. And, you know, not really talking to anybody about it, but having martial arts and being on, like, you know, doing like the swim team and stuff like that, it helped me mentally to understand I might be different. This is technically is a handicap, but I'm not gonna look at it that way. Yeah. You know, and having you know, I had my martial arts instructor, Tommy Reeves, like, you know, he didn't treat me no different either. You know, I started martial arts when I was 9, lost my foot at age 11, and that helped me with the darkness of losing a foot, being a kid, not really understanding who I am. Am I embarrassed about this? I wore, you know, there was times I would go places in the summertime and I would wear pants just because I didn't want people to ask questions. Yeah. Or I would, you know, go to like people's houses just to hang out and have pants on, knowing they know who I was. Yeah. But I was so embarrassed that I had a prosthetic. Yeah. And trying to hide that, you know, and it's hard. You know, you're a kid.
Especially as a kid when you're at that age worrying about what people think about you.
Your looks on life, you know. I'm not the normal kid. I'm like, you know, normal kids are worrying about pimples on their face, or, you know, oh, well, so-and-so thinks this about me, blah, blah, blah. Mine was more, you know, as an amputee, you're more of that. It's like, you know, it's more intensifying. You're trying to get along with other kids, and also, like, you're worried about this foot.
Trying to figure out how to do it. How to do what they're doing too, right, and like jump right back into life.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, that's tough, man. And it's especially at that age. Like I know, again, a big thing that I got chills now thinking about it and talking about it. You know, getting out of my accident, I wouldn't be where I am without my friends and my family. Right. Like just those people that, like you said earlier, which I always get emotional. Sorry about.
No, you're good.
But yeah, just not treating you different, right? Being the same person. Like when I remember something that I'll always remember, my buddies told me that my dad never actually told me until later, but he had talked to my friends that were there and just said, like, you know, don't treat him any different. Right. He's Tanner still, you know, he's still the same kid. We can't give him slack. We can't treat him any differently. Right. And just the way that everyone, just treated me like Tanner. Really made it a lot easier. So I could see that would be so hard to try to navigate with the ones that aren't treating you like that. Right. But then if I remember correctly, you did have that support too in the hospital, and when you went through it and everything, and that's what really helped bring you back out of it too. Yeah, and I mean, even I remember my karate instructor at the time coming into the hospital and was just like, you're gonna get back in there. Yeah. You know, you're gonna get back into doing martial arts again. This is not gonna stop you. Yeah. No hesitations. And there are no hesitations whatsoever. So that kind of, you know, gave me that drive a little bit. Was still scared. Yeah, of course. Am I gonna be able to do this again? You know, it took a while to understand that, and I mean, because I was like devastated. I was like, told myself, I don't think I can do this. Yeah. I might have all this, like, you know, this support behind me, but mentally in my head, like, that's the dark side of being an amputee. Yeah. For anybody, a child growing up. Negatives. Yeah, you focus on the negatives because you feel like you lost something. Yeah, you're lesser than them. Yeah.
You know, that's what sucks.
Absolutely.
And like being a kid, like you have to have, you know, I don't know. It's like you have to understand, like it's okay to be different.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay to not always fit in, and having support of like, for me, of like martial arts, to have that outlet. And kids nowadays are, you know, not like kids like we grew up.
It's different.
But, you know, Danny knows this and I know this, like his son boxes.
Yep.
And
very well.
Very well. And it's like, you know, growing up in a sport of like from wrestling to boxing, you're going to be a different kid. You know that. I know that, I think, anyway. And I think because of martial arts is the person I am now.
Yeah.
And,
that's awesome.
You know, having, you know, just boxing myself, you know, even when I was a teen or when I was, you know, in my early 20s and stuff like that, learning how to box. Mm-hmm. Like it helped me drive myself, still knowing the fact that I have this dark side in me because am missing a foot. And amputees are sometimes for me, like I know, like I'm always feeling sorry for myself.
Yeah.
You know.
And, it's hard not to sometimes.
Yeah.